All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Guard Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. This is your first time here. Make sure to hit that like button, comment any of your questions. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos. We do these videos every market day at 9 a.m. and we do a market recap and preview of the next week on the weekend. So be happy to have you as a viewer. Let's go ahead and go around the horn. Dow futures down 33 points. NASDAQ down about 11. S&P is green this morning. The future side 45.20. Russell is down slightly 1807. 10-year treasury yields 4.455%. That is down. The dollar is down a quarter point, 104.13. Volatility index, the VIX, down below 14, down 1.62%. Gold futures are down 0.5%. Crude oil is coming back down. We played crude short yesterday. I'm still holding my futures short. We were at 75.99. I did move the stop. I think we got wicked on the stop. I didn't have the stop yesterday because I was watching it. I usually put stops overnight, not when I can actually watch it on my desk. I like to have a little control. I think, let me see where was the actual stop that I placed here that I set to everybody. Futures. 76.80. That's right, 76.80. That's the stop currently. Let's take a look at that rather quickly. $76.80. Yep, still below the 200-day. 75.99. That's my alert. Looks like we should be breaking that rather soon. Again, my target is right here, right around 75 to 74.80. I think we get there, and then that's where you want to take that profit on crude oil. But we've been in already. We traded that yesterday. Here was the signal, 77.10, TP is 75, the SL 78. Again, we moved it already. We moved it, there you go, below 76. Excellent. So again, some of the futures guys have it. If you don't have it and you got stopped out for 30, that's fine. Again, that's commodities trading. Back and forth we go. That is down about 1.11%. Again, we're about 90 cents away from the target. Now we're starting to get accelerating down. Gasoline futures down 1.31%, $2.17 a gallon. 1976 for gold futures. That's starting to bounce. Let's keep an eye on that 2000 area. 23.99 for silver futures, up nearly 2%. Copper is up 0.36%, $3.73. Euro dollar 108.79, up 33 pips. Dollar yen down 69 pips, still above 150. 150.68. Dollar Canadian dollar up 31 pips, 137.16. Pound dollar 124.36. That's down 20. Bitcoin is down 2% this morning, 36,985, and 2048 for Ethereum, still above the 2000 level, down about 0.39%. Good morning, everyone. Let's go and take a look at some earnings that we had overnight. This morning. The big one was Alibaba and Walmart. Both are down. Here's some of the headlines. Jack Ma's family trust plans to sell some of their stakes in Alibaba for $870.7 million. Alibaba did beat adjusted EPS of 27 cents, up 21% year over year. Sales 30.81 billion, up 9% year over year. Walmart raises its fiscal year 2024 sales and adjusted EPS guidance from 4 to 4.5% to 5 to 5.5%. So that's a good sign here from 636 to 646 to 640 and 648. So nice raise. Sam's Club sales excluding gas up 3.8%. Sees fiscal year net sales up 5 to 5.5%. Saw about 4 to 4.5. Macy's also beat. They're up this morning. Their EPS was 21 cents. Estimate was 7 cents. They also beat on revenue 4.86 billion versus the 4.81 billion. Fiscal year net sales 22.9 to 23.2 billion. Again, they saw 22.8 to 23.2. Adjusted sees fiscal year, again, this is guidance, $2.88 to $3.13, to set 270 to 320, entering holiday period in quote healthy inventory position. And one more headline here from the Walmart call. Walmart notes it could have done a better job on Q3 expenses. Walmart CEO forecasts possible deflation in coming months. So there you go. Mortgage applications tick up. That's also some news that we've seen. We had the mortgage applications yesterday, better than expected. We also had jobless claims, 231,000 in jobless claims. estimated 220,000. Previous is 217. Continuing claims, 1.865 million versus 1.845 million. Highest claims since August, highest continuing claims since November 2021. So the labor market is starting to soften. This is a good news for the Fed. Yes, we know they will not raise this year based on the CPI data, based on now labor market. So I think right now what we're doing, what the bond market is showing, is that 5% was the peak in the 10-year. We're probably not going to get, more than likely, no raising in December and January. Again, we would just love confirmation of that. But that's what the softening labor market is. Can't be that guy cheering for people to lose their jobs. But again, it does create balance. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. And again, you could see this daily candle, not the best. This is actually a reversal candle on the daily, right on point with the actual top of 1646 back in July. This looks like a double top, yes. We went ahead and actually shorted NASDAQ yesterday, and we did catch it. We got back in, and we were expecting a little more downside. Let's take a look at it. We filled at 828. We also filled yesterday 933. I also posted this exact chart on the market blog. Take a look here. This is what's written yesterday at 946. 15,946. We're at 15,865. So again, you could see it's still a break. It could be a breakout if we break 16,050. But again, it just looks like, technicals here. A little bit of overbought conditions. You're heading into a holiday weekend. Maybe you get some profit taking. Again, it's just technicals right now. In terms of the fundamentals of the market, hey, yields are down, dollars down. We're below 106 on the dollar. The VIX is at 14. 10-year Treasury yields rejected 5%. That's pretty good news. But we haven't been this high of relative strength index on an overbought basis since mid-July. And we saw what happened from 16,000, and you see that trend line all the way down. Yes, it is a breakout. I'm not going to sit here and say this is all bad, because it isn't. But again, there's a couple of things that I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little bit of a cool down period where maybe some people can actually get in and buy the stocks after the short squeeze. So maybe we come back down and retest that trend line around 15.5. That was kind of the breakout point, or right around 15.4. Again, all we want is to see if this trend line that we broke, the breakout, can be defended, and then see if we get buying at this level. That would be great for everyone to actually see if, hey, their stock's really holding up, or is this just a short squeeze? So again, I do expect us to pull back into this zone here on NASDAQ. That includes the S&P as well, unless we break above 16,046, which is a pretty good risk reward, since you're right about 363 points away from the target, and you're only about 140 away from the stop. So again, a good risk reward of around 2-to-1 if you were looking at that. In terms of S&P, again, this is more blended with other sectors. Again, obviously we've seen how NASDAQ has performed. Again, another breakdown on S&P. If we start breaking 45.50, then again, doesn't matter because we're above July. July highs. Excuse me, this is September highs. We haven't been this overbought on stocks since July, mid-July. What happened? We pulled back. So again, we're looking to see if we can get ahead of the game into a short week next week. Maybe we get some chop. We got some OPEX on Friday. Stocks are red. Doesn't mean the world's going to end. Guys, we need a breather sometimes. Can't be overbought forever. Trees don't go to the sky. We said this in July. We've said this many months. This is the ebb and flow. Maybe we get some profit taking like we said. We'll see. Maybe we can catch this short. I also sent QQQ to Masterclass as a lotto, the 380 puts. Some of them caught it for around 35, 36%. I know one of them did, the students. And that was a great trade. I didn't count it towards a signal. It was just a lotto. I got out for around 16% because I had NQ short anyways, NASDAQ futures short. So NASDAQ futures give us a little more control. We don't have time decay. We can wait. It's just pure technicals on that end. And I can get in and out how I want. I don't have to worry about, 9:30 to 4 and then the theta burn, all that stuff. I don't have to worry about that with futures. So it gives us a little more control, and that's what we're looking for. Let's take a look at the VIX today. And again, pretty ugly price action, pretty depressed. And you know the saying, right? You buy insurance when you can, not when you need to. Pretty ugly right now. This is very cheap time to buy insurance. but we could also start testing around 12 if we get that Santa rally. But again, a bounce above 15 or so. Again, as long as you're below 20, it's not a lot of fear out there in the volatility index world. Let's answer some questions. Buy BABA for a long. We just had BABA report, so we're right below 80. Let's take a look at the daily. Pretty good rejection right near the 100-day. So you could see now we are below the 20-day. So no, you cannot buy BABA here. BABA is a tough stock to trade. Chinese names, not the easiest. Support is 77.52. If you're trying to do a lotto ticket and just close your eyes and kind of hold your nose, that's a level to do it. But you have a gap to fill at 74.15. You can see it right here. So if anything, that's probably a short if you break below 77.52. Trading options on Alibaba is a very difficult endeavor. Pisses me off, actually. Let's go and take a look at the data to back it up. Let's see, stocks we trade. See, so we can see how BABA does. BABA's 1 out of 2 this year on the yellow side. So I'm a little just wary about it. Again, I'd rather stick to the names that have done well. So again, to answer your question, Brano, 77.52 if you want to take a stab at it, but you do have a gap to fill below. I'd wait for that gap around 73.96 if you really, really wanted to buy Alibaba. Again, it's a very choppy one, and you have to handle it because it's up, down, left, right when it comes to that. Let's see, Boeing. Boeing was one of our top 10 names of 2023, if you guys remember. That video we did in July as well. We are now above the 100-day. Let's see if we can break above 213.81 team. And if we do, we could target the 220 calls. So let's go ahead and wait for that. Again, it'll clear the 100-day, give us a little more room for more upside. The problem is that now you have a gap down to fill right near, what is this here? Right around 197.32. So, let's see what happens with Boeing. But if we are expecting more upside, again, this is not a tech stock. So again, you can have a rotation. Just because I'm short NASDAQ doesn't mean I don't think other stocks like banks, small caps can go. I just think we're more likely going to get a rotation out of tech. So Boeing above 213.81, I would take a look at the 220 calls. If you break above 220, then you can start taking a stab at possibly looking for continuation to 240. Let's see, can we look at IWM? Still oversold. I don't think it's oversold, but let's see it. I have this RSI here. Let's see it. IWM. No, you're right. Oh, no, that's the hour. Let's see. Yeah, you're not overbought, not oversold either, but that rejection of that 100 isn't the best. I would love to get us back to 188 or so, but we really need to clear right above here, 182. If we can clear 182, which is right above that 100-day moving average, we could target the 185 calls. But see that rejection? That's kind of very similar to that 40, 45, 50 S&P level that we're watching, that break level. All we did was fill this gap here at 179.83. But now we have a gap to fill at 165.72. So it's going to be one of those wait and see approaches. Let's go and take a look at AMD. AMD, I still need above 122.38 for continuation for the 125 calls. If you break below 115.88, now we're talking about shorting. And again, AMD has been a little stretched with NVIDIA up, 13 days in a row. You're going to get a cool down period. So again, how do we take advantage? We can buy puts, but we need our levels to break. 115.88 breaks, we start taking a look at the 113s or 114 puts. But we're not there yet. We're still right in the middle of it, pretty much in the same range we were in mid-July. Let's take a look at Tesla, which has been very good to us, AMD too. Tesla problem I have is that we rejected the 100-day. So I need a break above that. We break above 249.04. We'll take a look at the 260s. If we break below, we have a gap to fill now. Let's see it. That first gap filled. We played that. This thing absolutely soared. I think some of the members got like 400-something percent, 450 on Tesla. Let's take a look at it. Here, trophy room. Bunch of Tesla animals. Intel was yesterday. Here you go, Tesla. Nice job, Swaggy. Big shout out to Swaggy. He's been killing it. You can see Tesla, a great trade all around. Tesla has been so good to us this year. That's why we kind of focus on it. Break below 230, you do have the gap to fill at 225, but again, you can see the rejection of that 100. That's that trend line as well. So again, let's break above Tesla 249.04 before we start doing anything in the 260 area. If we break below, oof, guess you'd be too close for this gap fill play. If you break below 230, yeah, if you do the 225, those are going to be expensive. So if anything, I'm leaning to see if we get the break on the upside to trade it, not the downside. Any thoughts on Meta? Yeah, Meta's a breakout. We've traded this already. Did we break above 340? No, not yet. So let's do this. Let's break 338.04. This is the same situation that we did with the 340 calls, if you guys remember. We hit those already. If we break the recent highs, we could just target 350s and call it a day. Again, it's still out of the money. It's a breakout. I mean, I still like Meta. It's not like it's terrible. But again, we already got out of that, washed our hands. We don't have to worry about it. But if we get above 338.04, we're going to take a look at the 350 calls. Again, we want some little out of the money. This week, we only have 2 more days. It's Thursday. Next week is Thanksgiving. Thursday, the market's closed. Friday, it closes at 1. So let's be careful on what we do in terms of risk. Futures gives us a little more control, get in and out whenever the hell we want. But options, we're beholden. We're handcuffed to the time. So just a heads up. Palantir. Palantir has been good to us too. Again, another rejection as well, you could see. So what we want to do is if we break the recent highs, we'll take a look at the volume, more like the 21s, maybe the 22s. I still like this long all the way to here, guys. This is the gap fill, 23.94. You got some upside on Palantir. So again, let's see if we break 2037 to continue to that 23, what is this level? 23.94. So we'll take a look at that break. Goog. Goog has a gap to fill right here at 134.31. We already filled this gap here. I mean, tough one. I mean, I don't see any edge here in terms of Google except for downside, but it's too close. So again, you still have that trend higher. You really need to break above 142.25 to even touch this thing. I think there's better options out there than Google right now. So I'd skip it. I think Meta's a better trade than Google personally. But that's where we are this morning. Let me go ahead and remove this. See, I just want to see where NQ is. 55. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Nothing crazy. Okay. Caterpillar. Let's look at it. Oh, crude oil. Here we go. 75.27. You see it? Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. 75.26. We're right there from right close to TP, guys. Let's see if I can. Crude nearing TP of 75. Oops. If you still got it. There you go. Again, I don't know if they still have it. So we're about 16 cents away. Let me go and make sure I tell them on the futures chat. Give me a second, guys. Where is this? Here we go. We are nearing TP1 here. Oh, TP here. If you still have this trade open, we are at 75.18. So 77.10. We may do the math because I'm lazy. You're getting the behind the scenes of how we do things. 192 points. There you go. All right, sorry about that. Whoa, that went nuts. Here we go. All right, what was the question? Caterpillar. I'm so sorry. Let's look at Caterpillar. Let's go to the daily. What's up? Okay, we're starting to move. Good. Any gaps? If I'll keep an eye on Caterpillar, more than likely we'd have to find some unusual volume for this one because yes, we are breaking above now the resistance that we've had. We're above the 20. You do have the 50-day. I don't hate this because now you can play above 253 and target 260. The question is, do we have volume? Why does volume matter, Carlos? Because I want to buy something that I could sell later. Again, it's not an investment, it's a trade. You want to get contracts that you can get rid of quickly. Again, buy it and get rid of it as fast as we can. That's day trading. Again, as an investment, Caterpillar is absolutely fine if you want to own it. Sure, a little beholden to China, fine. But again, great company. And I mean beholden to China due to the economic fluctuations they have. Let's be honest. But 253.06 for that break. I'd take a look at that 50-day as a target at 260. Keep an eye on the 260 calls. We might just do that for the watch list this weekend. Let's see what we get. I'll make a note of that. Let's see if we get any volume. But I'll keep an eye and let you guys know if anything on the blog, if we see anything unusual. Here we go. Now we're getting NASDAQ starting to accelerate down. Where is crude? 75.15. Beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to go and update the futures, guys, right now. Have a great rest of your morning. Thanks for joining me for today, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to join our live market blog on Discord. The breakdown and description is in the description box here below the video. Thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.